to hang your own sensory swing. I know all of our kids right now are all going a little crazy because everybody's cooped up, nobody's in school, we're all out of our structure and routine. And yes, we can put them outside all day, but it's nice to have some equipment inside just to make life a little bit more fun. And swinging is like the best bang for your buck sensory wise. Like, it will give you the most self-regulation for about 30 to 60 minutes afterwards of good, calm, focused behavior. And my kids just love to play on it. Like, so we have a setup that will work really easily to trade swings in and out super quickly, super easily. And normally I would always recommend a licensed contractor to do this because that's really what should happen, because obviously, like, anytime you have suspension equipment, there is always a risk for injury if it's not done correctly. And even if it's done correctly, you still need to be checking the eye bolts pretty frequently and making sure everything's installed correctly. But when it's done the right way, it's safe, and it's a great addition to your home. So to make this super simple, you have this cute little drill here. So it's just a easy, like, kind of like a woman's drill. And then you're going to use, I don't really know what these are called, but they are, if you go to Lowe's, do you know what they're called, Jacob?
Drill bits.
I know, but is it a drill bit for a pilot hole? Is that what it's called?
It's just called a drill bit.
Just at Lowe's, you're gonna ask them for a drill bit to drill a pilot hole, okay? So you have this one here that's like kind of tiny and skinny, and then you have this one that's a little bit thicker. But first what you have to do is you get your trusty little stud finder and you get up on the ceiling and you use your stud finder to figure out where the stud is, okay? Because if you miss, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be like drilling into air. And when you hit the stud, you'll feel it going into the wood, okay? Like most of your homes are gonna be built with wood beams. Every once in a while you'll have a steel or metal beam, but most of the time it's gonna be wood. It'll be easy. So first you start with this, so that way if you're like me and you're not really great with a stud finder and you miss, then all these little holes that I made up here, you can just simply easily fill in with a tube of white caulk, and then you don't even know that they're there. So you first do it with this one that's super skinny, and then you get this one and you just drill into the ceiling. After you've made this hole, drill the thicker one. You're gonna have to like kind of rotate the drill around, make the hole a little bit bigger, because after that happens, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your eye bolts. These you can order off of Amazon, get them from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. My preference, this one's too little. This one's rated for maybe like, I don't know, maybe 100, 200 pounds of pressure, which is not enough. So we didn't use this. This is just left over from, I don't know, something. I like them to be rated for at least 500 pounds of pressure. This one here I think is actually rated for 350, but it's what I could get at Lowe's that day. But you can see, you notice the difference of like this one is so much thicker than this one. So you want it rated for that many pounds of pressure, because if you take into account the weight of the swing along with the weight of the child, and then also when you add in spinning and angular acceleration is like spinning in circles or spinning this way, that increases the amount of pounds of pressure that you need in order for it to be safe and not fall out of the ceiling. If you don't have a strong enough one, like these eye bolts, they actually will literally break. Like even though they're made of metal, I have seen them break. So you've got to make sure that it's rated for at least 500 pounds of pressure. Ask the people at Lowe's or Home Depot. It'll always say, like on the tag, it'll say 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 500 pounds, whatever. So after you drill your hole, you're going to then stick your eye bolt in there, and you're going to twist. So you're going to screw it. This is screwing into the wood beam. And then what happens is it gets too hard for you to twist on your own. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get like a long screwdriver or like something that gives you leverage. I'm super fancy, and so I used a drumstick because that's what I had that was close by. So you're gonna stick it through here, and then you can actually use that as leverage. I'll show you up here to, I don't know if we can do it, but starting in there. but you're going to screw that. See, I installed this last week. This is how much they've already pulled it out. Like, it was super tight. So, my kids are beasts. They like to destroy things. They're all nodding their heads. But you're going to turn this until it's super tight in the ceiling and you can't turn anymore. It's a good arm workout, good shoulder workout. You're gonna have to use some muscle. Okay, so they're really good. So now, like, you can hang on it, like you can hang from there, nothing's gonna happen to you. Once you do that, you'll see up here, it's just a carabiner, and okay, this carabiner has what's called a safety snap. This is the safety snap. Jacob, can you get that? So this little part spins and it screws up over the clip so that it's impossible for it to come undone. So even if it's like knocking into this, it won't come undone, okay? So you're gonna clip that into there first, that's step one. Step two is we have this, this is called a rotation, I can't remember what it's called, but a rotation device. And it allows it to spin. And the reason you want this you can order on Amazon, I'll post links of all of this, but the reason you want it to spin is because you don't want a lot of like metal on metal. If you don't have this piece, this is constantly gonna do this. One, it's annoying and loud, and two, it's going to rub this eye bolt to the point that it eventually will break and come out of the ceiling. So you always need to be checking this eye bolt. It's actually recommended to be checked daily, which means you have to climb up here and look to see. Also use your finger just to see like how much wear and tear there is. But this extends the life of all of this by allowing it to spin here, okay? So you're going to just put that in there, spin that up there. So the safety snap is up there, so now there's no possible way I can't clip it, I can't do it. So then we have another carabiner here. This is a really thick one. You don't need one this thick, but it's just the one I happen to have. Again, you want the safety snap on there. And now we attach this to here. Again, another safety snap, so we're just being extra careful in every area of this installation. Okay, that is there. Okay, this thing here is called a daisy chain. So these are actually for climbing ropes, like if you were gonna go climb a mountain, and the brand I like is called Black Diamond. They're called Black Diamond daisy chains, like daisy like the flower. And they are actually rated for like, I think it's like 2,200 pounds of pressure, so it's not breaking. It's not, this thing is never breaking. It's just not, it's impossible. So that allows you to have the confidence that it's gonna hold, like no matter how hard your kids are on it, it's gonna hold. What it also does is it gives us these awesome little loops that we can quickly and easily adjust the height of the swing, okay? You don't want this thing hanging down, it's awesome, you just clip it right through there, and then it's out of your way. So you just have another carabiner here, clips to the daisy chain, and then to the swing. So I've just clipped it all together. And then voila, there you go. And then let me show you real quick how easy this makes it. So even like your kids can change the swings, like instead of them being like, Mom, I want another swing 5,000 times a day, you just teach them, assuming they're old enough to be and responsible enough to be safe with it. So this just clips off. Ideally you have enough clips, carabiners, that you just leave one attached to each swing, and then you don't even have to change those on. So you clip this one on, and you can see how quickly, like let's say your kid puts it on, it's too low, all right, so what do? You just unclip it, clip it higher, so it's easily height adjustable for any age, any size kid, and any type of swing. So let's say like, say you have a trapeze swing and you want it like really high so they can like do flips. Say it was a trapeze swing and the bars are down here, then you can hang it high enough that you can just hold on to the swing, the trapeze bars, and have plenty of room to do flips and all that.
Can I show them how to swing?
And again, always, 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 especially on the swings that are clipped in at the bottom, always make sure you use the safety snap carabiners. What will happen if you don't, so you always have to make sure that's twisted up. They will loosen while kids are swinging, so always, always, always make sure that that they're clipped in. What happens if it's not clipped in is they will somehow swing in a way that clip, I have seen kids fly out of swings before because this clip gets pushed and, you know, out comes the clip, down goes the swing with the kid in it. And never seen anyone get hurt, but it can happen. So Lola really wants to show y'all how to swing. How high do you want it?
Very.
Good?
Very high.
Well, not very high. This is not a high swing.
I don't want it. Can I do it after?
Yeah, you do it.
This is my swing.
Here's the thing is, like, honestly, this should be done with direct supervision all the time. Not yet, Lola. There are always risks, especially with this thing. This is the hammock swing, which it actually is called a net swing, and it's my most favorite swing therapy-wise, just because it's so versatile. It's also one of the higher risk swings, so I don't recommend this swing unless you're going to be there supervising your kids one-on-one all the time.
Which way? How do you want me to show?
Well, I gotta move the ladder, sis.
Okay.
That's a Lycra swing, and we've got another one, just a kind of a cocoon swing. I will post links to all of these so that y'all can see the ones we use, and obviously reach out with any questions. Obviously, it's not recommended to have a ladder in the way when you're swinging. And happy swinging. Happy keeping your kids entertained
Wait, they
during
haven't seen me
coronavirus.
swimming.
And now we'll watch Lola swing. So this one you can sit in, you can be on your stomach, you can be on your back, you can spin,
You can
you
swing.
can sit, you can swing.
You
So it
can
can be very nice, gentle swinging, or it can be
swing like this.
super fast spinning, which she does
Or-
not like. He loves
I'll
super fast
spin it. Fun. Ready? Let's get
Yeah, don't.
Can I
Yeah.
okay, ready? I don't know how to do it. Mom, spin me. Wait,
It's, no.
wait, Mom, can I?
So I'm not spinning her because I know it makes her sick, and we don't
Oh my God! No, no,
want
no.
her to do that.
I'm sorry.
He can spin. Hold on.
Another thing you can do,
Okay.
which I don't
Well-
recommend,
That's a whole nother video. We'll do another video on like how to swing in this swing.
and then that's something my mom doesn't recommend, so don't do it.
All right, everybody reach out with
Wait,
questions.
let me do how to swing.
Okay, he's gonna show us how to spin real quick. He
She
can
knows what
spin.
she's doing,
really
FYI,
fast.
so I'm scared.
And I can't watch this because it makes me so sick. He's a crazy person.
Ow, ow.
Jacob, film him. Don't film me. Look, he's crazy. He's the crazy baby. And that's hers. Okay, not on your neck. Now I gotta get out. Okay, thanks guys.